Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cara, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite cafes around Asheville. If you're familiar with Asheville, you'll know that the food scene here is huge and there are so many different options to choose from. Just for cafes alone, I don't even know how many options there are, but so many. I definitely have not been to everyone out there, but I have been to quite a few. If you're one of my subscribers and you've reached out to me for an in-person meetup, you'll probably already know that I typically pick a cafe here around Asheville. I decided to separate this video into two parts as I wanted to highlight some really affordable cafes and then also some that have a really nice atmosphere. But definitely know that the food and drinks for all of these locations is absolutely amazing and I would recommend going to any of them. Let's start out with affordable options. And just so you know, I'm defining affordable as anything under $10, which nowadays really isn't so bad for breakfast, lunch, or brunch. My first recommendation is Homeground. Now, if you watched my West Asheville video tour, you probably noticed that I included this one in there as it is one of my all-time favorites. Their food there is super affordable and they really have a lot of different options. So whether you're looking for a breakfast sandwich, a lunch type of sandwich, maybe a breakfast bowl, breakfast burrito, what else do they have? They have smoothies there, really great coffee and tea options, even a few bakery items like scones and cookies, and they just have really something for everyone, I feel like. One of the things that we typically will get is the Mountain Scramble, which is super tasty, or the breakfast sandwich. I'm a huge breakfast sandwich person. But honestly, everything I've had there is really good. Their smoothies are really amazing as well. The portions there are also really great. I never leave there hungry. The atmosphere is quite nice as well. It's right by Carrier Park, which is along the French Broad River in West Asheville, and they have an indoor seating area as well as an outdoor seating area. It can sometimes be a little bit loud since it's near kind of that main road that runs along Carrier Park, but aside from that, it's really nice. Over the weekend, they'll oftentimes have live music, you can bring your dogs, and it's just a really nice, chill atmosphere.
Tomorrow, whether no rain day or night, rich came for dinner and we ain't got a bite. Living in the family, 2 daughters and a son.
My next suggestion is Wellbred Bakery. There are a lot of different locations, and the one that I typically go to is Biltmore Village because the atmosphere is quite nice. They have a beautiful outdoor patio area there with stone, and you just have the beautiful Biltmore Village surrounding you. But there's also one in downtown Asheville in the Grove Arcade. That one I went to, I think, a week ago or so, and I will say the selection of that one is pretty limited. So they don't really have tea lattes, which I typically will get, and I think that their menu is limited as well. Biltmore Village location definitely has much more. There's also one in Weaverville, which I think offers everything that the Biltmore Village location does as well. But one of my go-tos there is the breakfast sandwich on a croissant. It is so tasty. Not necessarily the healthiest for you, but you can get it with tomato and maybe some other things. They also have really good tea lattes, and I'm personally not a coffee drinker, but I've heard that their coffee is amazing as well. They're really known for some of their bakery items, so if you're into that, I would definitely recommend checking out those as well. They also have some seasonal options as well. I want to say the first time I went there was February 2020 or so, somewhere around that time, so it was winter, and I had this soup that was one of the best soups ever. It was like smoked Gouda, and I think maybe it was pumpkin or roasted, I think it was butternut squash, that's what it was. And there was like cinnamon in there, and it was just so delicious and warming on a cold day. So if they have that around as a specialty, I highly recommend it. I know I can't really remember exactly what the ingredients were, but I know it had smoked Gouda, and I'm pretty sure butternut squash. My next suggestion is Tiger Bay Cafe, and this is located in West Asheville. It's probably something that you've driven by and haven't even noticed it. because it's right along Haywood Road on the east side of West Asheville, but not into actual Asheville downtown. And it's pretty easy to miss. So they kind of have some vegetation lined up along the road to add some privacy, but there's this really tiny little building that's Tiger Bay Cafe. They don't have a huge selection of food, but I want to say everything they do have is under $10, and the portions there are really good as well. When I've been there in the past, I would often get some sort of sandwich and then a side. Their chili side is actually super tasty, but it is pretty spicy, at least the 2 times that I've had it. Very, very good though. They have a really cozy little outdoor seating area that's under the trees, and kind of like unconventional seating, as they kind of have mismatched chairs and picnic tables and things like that. But it's a really cute kind of funky place for some quick, affordable food. My next suggestion is Liberty House Coffee and Cafe. This is actually one that a friend of mine introduced me to, and I'm so glad that she did because it's now one of my favorites. They have your classic breakfast options, and I believe they have some lunch options as well. The food's really tasty. They don't really give you as large of portion sizes as probably any of the other 3 that I've mentioned so far, but the quality of the food is really good. One of the things that I really love about Liberty House is the outdoor space. So they have tons and tons of outdoor seating. The actual cafe itself inside isn't super big, but they have lots of patio seating on both sides of the cafe actually, and then a huge kind of like yard mulched space as well. And they even have a little garden there. I'm not sure if they actually pick their produce and herbs from there. I would imagine that they do, which is pretty neat. But yeah, it's a really neat place, very close to downtown too. It's kind of near the Grove Park neighborhood, if you're familiar with that area, kind of off Charlotte Street, and just a really great place to have a nice casual breakfast. All right, let's hop into some of my favorite cafes specifically for their atmosphere. First up is Open Oven in Black Mountain. This has to be one of my all-time favorite cafes for a lot of different reasons. I highly recommend, if you enjoy Eggs Benedict, to get one of those options. I've had the Black Mountain Benny, I believe it's called, which is delicious. I've also had the Chokes on Eggs, which is just like artichokes and eggs and toast, I think it was, which was super delicious. And their potatoes there are phenomenal. So if you know me at all, you know that I love fries, roasted potatoes, anything like that. Sweet potato fries, any kind of roasted potato, I am all about it, and Open Oven has some of the absolute best roasted potatoes. They also have really amazing mimosas, and quite affordable considering how much you get. So if you get the large, you literally get like a beer glass size of mimosa, and it's just absolutely delicious. So I know I mentioned that the food is amazing, but the atmosphere there is so neat as well. So they have an outdoor seating area kind of on the main floor, which is really nice. It's kind of tucked away a little bit into one of the neighborhoods in Black Mountain, but still very, very close to the downtown area. So it's kind of the main road going through Black Mountain, and then a few steps in from there towards some of the houses, you have Open Oven there. And they have, like I said, patio seating there. They also have indoor seating. But the new thing that they just added is a rooftop patio area, and we just ate there, I think it was 2 weekends ago at this point, and had such an amazing time. We went on a Sunday morning and had brunch up there. The views up there are absolutely incredible. And they also have it open at night too. I think only a couple nights a week though. So they have like a bar area up there. And I haven't been at night yet, only in the morning for brunch, but highly, highly recommend it. Something to note about Open Oven is that they do book up very, very quickly, as they don't have call ahead seating. You basically have to go there, put your name on the list, and wait. You don't necessarily have to wait there, as they will call you or text you when your table's ready, but you do kind of have to stay near the area. So if you want to go on the weekend, definitely go early or go after the lunch crowd. Sunny Point Cafe is my next recommendation, and I feel like even if you don't actually live in Asheville, if you've just visited, you have probably heard of Sunny Point in West Asheville. It's a very, very popular place. I mentioned that Open Oven was popular, but Sunny Point may be like the most popular brunch spot around here. It's not unusual to have to wait like an hour to 2 hours sometimes to sit down. And honestly, that's kind of why I don't really go there as much, because you do have to stay there and wait for your table to be ready. If you do get a chance to eat there, their food is absolutely delicious, and their roasted potatoes are possibly some of the best. I know I mentioned Open Ovens are really good, but Sunny Point may be just a little bit better than that. I feel like I could almost do like a whole video dedicated on the best potatoes of Asheville. That would be kind of a weird niche video. A side note on that though, if you have not been to Bouchon, which is a kind of fancy French restaurant in downtown Asheville, they have the best fries that I have ever had. Definitely in Asheville, but possibly anywhere. They're like these Parmesan herb fries, and I would literally go there just for the fries, but that's a side note. Back to Sunny Point. So Sunny Point has amazing food. They also have really good mimosas. It's really a great place to just casually hang out with friends, listen to music. They have a nice waiting area, so they kind of have a garden space, plenty of outdoor seating, a little bit of indoor seating as well. And it's right on Haywood Road in West Asheville, so right in the middle of all the action. Next up is All Day Darling, and this is a cafe that's located in the Montford neighborhood just north of Asheville. This place actually has one of the best green smoothies that I ever had. I don't really order green smoothies all that much, so I probably don't have a huge sample size, but it tasted really good. They added like a perfect amount of ginger, perfect amount of sweetness, and it just tasted good, but it was healthy for you. I've also ordered some of their egg dishes, so I think they have some sort of like breakfast platter that I've had there before with like eggs and toast and kind of just a classic breakfast. That was really good. They have really good tea as well, and they have indoor seating as well as outdoor patio seating. And as I mentioned, it's in the Montford neighborhood, so you're surrounded by some historic homes, but you're still super close to downtown. So one thing I like to do here is pick up a tea and just walk the neighborhoods, because they're really beautiful and you can walk as much or as little as you want, and it's just very nice. So I really recommend All Day Darling as well. My next and final recommendation is La Guignette, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am not French, I am Italian, so I don't really know if that's how you pronounce that, but I hope it is. So La Guignette is a French and Latin restaurant, which is quite an interesting combination. So their menu is actually crepes and also tamales. So very different types of food, but very tasty nonetheless. So this restaurant is located in Black Mountain, kind of off the beaten path, again in a neighborhood, and it's just a little house that they basically turned into a little cafe. And there's some really quaint, kind of cute little indoor seating area, as well as a back patio area. And they have beautiful flowers in the spring and summertime. So if you're looking to avoid the crowds and just have a nice, quiet lunch or breakfast, I definitely recommend this place. And I believe they actually do take reservations, so that's something to look into as well. Well, those are all my recommendations for my favorite cafes around the Asheville area. I really hope that you guys like this video, and I do want to mention before closing out this video that if you're a subscriber to my channel or you watch my videos regularly, maybe we can meet up at one of these cafes that I mentioned for breakfast, lunch, brunch, tea, whatever. So if you want to meet me in person, I'm always down for that. I'll leave my contact info in the description box below, as well as at the end of this video. Also, if you are not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I was looking at my analytics the other day and I noticed that actually most of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, which is quite interesting. So if you enjoy my videos and you are not yet subscribed, definitely hit that button down below. It really helps my channel to grow. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite cafe is in the Asheville area. Alright everyone, well that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon in the next one.